The object of poker isn't to win pots. If it were, all you'd have to do is bet and raise every time, and any hand that had a chance of winning would win. Sometimes you'd win with a showdown, sometimes without. But you'd play every hand as far as it would go. You'd never throw away the potential winning hand. You'd be the world champion of winning poker pots while your money held out, but you'd go broke in the process. The object of poker isn't to win pots. It's to make the right decisions. Your profit at poker will almost wholly depend in the long run on the quality of the hands you choose to start with. We cannot emphasize enough how important it is to commit to a pot with the right type of hands. Let's look into that a little. And Doyle, what do you think about, what can we say in general about people's inclination to play certain starting hands? Are they more off the mark, or are they pretty good?
I think people have got the starting hands down pretty well. The thing about it is, if you're playing with people that you don't know, then you can follow guidelines. You can say, well, I need this at a certain point. If you're playing people that do know you, a lot of times your starting hand doesn't matter as much because they think that they know what you've got. And that's very important. So a lot of times it goes back to playing the people instead of your cards.
We'll talk a little more about bankroll preservation in other lessons, but we won't dwell on it. That's because money management is a personal thing. We can teach you how to play, but we can't guarantee that you'll have the discipline to maintain a bankroll. In truth, it's up to you to decide how much risk you should take. If you strive to build your bankroll slowly, you'll be more comfortable, but you'll have little chance of getting rich fast. If you take big chances with your bankroll, you'll have a greater chance of suddenly getting much richer, but you'll be very likely to go broke in the attempt. The solution for you is to be more philosophical than scientific. You've got to choose for yourself. Maybe you should consider that many world-class players were more reckless with their bankrolls when they were young, but looking back, they often regret the risks they took. As they matured as poker players, they became a little more conservative and a lot more protective of their bankrolls. But again, it's up to you. Here are two things to consider right now. Don't spend your bankroll. What we mean is that your bankroll represents the primary equipment you need in your poker business. It's what you need to earn a profit. If you have a winning streak, it's tempting to skim off a lot of money from the top of that bankroll, buying expensive cars and jewelry. Most players don't realize that bad streaks may be just around the corner. If you win $20,000, spend $10,000, and then lose back $10,000, guess what? You're broke! You're $10,000 winner, but you're broke because you spent your bankroll. Try not to do that. You should take more risks with a small bankroll when you're just getting started. Most players do it backwards. They protect their tiny bankrolls and feel they can be reckless with large bankrolls. But that doesn't make sense, because when your bankroll is small and you go broke, you can usually find a way to replenish it through real-world economics. You'll scrape together enough money to take a shot at the small games again, hoping to build. Once you successfully build, that's the time to protect a bankroll, because it will be much harder to replace it through real-world economics. Think about it.